I tested 3 best-selling budget memory foam mattresses, the Novilla Bliss, the Gaeste, and the Lifement. And after testing all of them, one ended up being the most comfortable, one had the best support, and one lands right in the middle, but won't work for everyone. I'll be doing more mattress comparisons in the future, so if you're trying to figure out what's actually worth buying, I'll keep putting them head to head. Before I break these down, there's something that matters more than people think: mattress height. All 3 of these come in different sizes and thicknesses: 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, even 14, and twin through king. And that actually makes a big difference depending on who's using it. From testing these with my family, here's what I've noticed. If you're buying for kids or lighter weight sleepers, a 6 or 8-inch mattress can work really well because their little bodies just don't weigh enough to compress even the most plush mattress and lose support. But for full-grown adults or bigger teens, you'll usually want a 10, 12, or even 14-inch version for better support, durability, and longevity. So keep that in mind as I go through these, because feel matters, but height matters too. Quick note, I've got a link to all of these in the description. They're affiliate links, so if you end up buying through them, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. And if you like comparisons like this, subscribe. I test these so you don't have to. All right, starting with the Novilla Bliss. This is easily the softest, most plush of the 3. I'd call it medium soft. When you lie down, you really sink in and get that memory foam hug, especially around your shoulders and hips. My little kids immediately pick this as their favorite. No surprise there. They always go for the softest option because it just feels better to them. And honestly, as a side sleeper, I get it. When I'm on my side, this one feels incredibly comfortable. It relieves pressure really well. But, and this is important, I'm also a stomach sleeper, and that's where this one doesn't work as well for me. It's just too plush. My hips sink too far, and over time, that's not very comfortable. The other big downside is edge support. It's pretty bad. Sitting or lying near the edge, it compresses a lot. If you sleep near the edge of your bed, you'll feel like you might roll off. And getting up from the edge takes more effort, which could be an issue for people with mobility concerns. Next is the Gaeste. This one sits right in the middle. It's labeled medium firm, but is definitely on the plusher side for a medium firm mattress. You'll still get some contouring and that memory foam feel, but it's more responsive than the Novilla, so you don't sink in as much. This one is probably the most versatile in terms of sleep positions. Side, back, combination sleepers, most people could get comfortable on this. My teenagers both like this one a lot more than the Novilla because it feels more supportive overall. But again, for me as a stomach sleeper, it's a little too plush. It's better than the Novilla, but I still notice my hips sinking more than I'd want. Edge support here is pretty similar to the Novilla. Not great. You'll feel that compression if you sit or sleep near the edge. Now the Lifement. This one is the most supportive of the 3, but it's still quite plush. It's labeled medium firm, but it's really closer to a true medium. You get a very cushy top layer when you first lie down, but underneath there's support that keeps your body more lifted and aligned. This was the other favorite of my teenagers, and honestly, it makes sense. It just feels more stable. For me personally, even though the Novilla Bliss is more comfortable on my side, the Lifement would be my overall choice. It's just more balanced, with more support when I'm sleeping on my stomach. It's truly comfortable no matter what position I'm in. It's also the only one with decent edge support. You can sit on the edge without it completely collapsing, and if you sleep near the edge, you don't feel like you're sliding off, at least not as much as with the Gaeste or the Novilla Bliss. Motion isolation is pretty similar across the 3. They're all memory foam, so they all absorb movement well. The softer ones might absorb slightly more, but the difference is minimal. So here's the breakdown. If you want a soft, plush mattress, especially for side sleeping or kids, the Novilla Bliss is the most comfortable. If you want something balanced that works for most sleep positions, the Gaeste is right in the middle. But if you want the best support and something that works for stomach sleepers, there's one clear winner. And after testing all 3, the one I'd personally choose is the Lifement. Links are in the description if you want to check them out. And if you want more comparisons like this, especially as I test more of these best-selling mattresses, make sure you subscribe.